Not every delivery needs a 48 kHz 24-bit wave. If you're sending a reference cut to a director who's going to listen on their phone, they don't need lossless. If you're delivering a podcast episode to a host, they want an MP3. If a client asks for a compressed copy of a mix to share internally, they don't need the 2 GB WAV file. Wave Copilot exports WAV files to stereo mix down MP3 and AAC in batch, and it keeps your metadata intact when it does. Let me show you. I've got a folder of WAV files here, session recordings from a shoot, all with BEXT metadata. I select them all in Wave Copilot. I go to Convert Format. Under Output Format, I select MP3. I set the bitrate, 320 kilobits per second for a high-quality compressed file, or 192 kilobits per second if I'm sending something for quick review and file size matters. For a reference cut going to a director, 320 is fine. I choose an output folder. I click Convert. Done. All files exported as MP3. Let me check one in a file inspector. The ID3 tags are there. The files are labeled correctly and ready to send. This is actually the part that saves the most time. Most export tools will strip your metadata when converting to MP3. The file comes out unlabeled, just a file name. Wave Copilot maps your BXT and iXML metadata to the appropriate ID3 tags when exporting to MP3, so the information that was in your WAV file follows the audio into the compressed format. Also, the start timecode will be added to the file name. Your scene number, take, track names, and notes are all there. One option worth pointing out in the Convert Format dialog: Normalize to -1 dBFS. If your source files are recorded at varying levels, which is common with backup recorders or wireless, you can normalize them all to a consistent output level as part of the same export. For MP3 and AAC, Wave Copilot automatically targets -2 dBFS instead of -1 to give the encoder a bit of extra headroom. MP3 and AAC encoders can introduce small-level overshoots during encoding. The extra headroom prevents that from turning into actual clipping in the output file. If you'd rather not normalize and just want a straight conversion, leave it off. It's optional. If you're delivering into an Apple ecosystem, Final Cut Pro, Logic, anything on macOS, or if you're exporting for streaming or broadcast web delivery, AAC is often a better choice than MP3. It's more efficient at the same bitrate, which means better quality at smaller file sizes. The process is identical. Select your files, choose AAC, set the bitrate, export. Same metadata and normalization handling. If you're already using Wave Copilot for splitting, metadata editing, or sound reports, the MP3 and AAC export is there in the same Convert Format panel. No extra steps. Free 14-day trial at the link in the description. See you next time.